This is DJ Maestro out of London, and I fully endorse SPRB Radio Podcast with 10 Star General and Sharon Mango. Check them out. Trust me, you won't be disappointed.
You can't violate for with temper. Let me tell you that plain and simple. And yes, Safari, and I full endorse SPRB Radio Podcast with the 10 Star General and Sharon Mango. Check them out. You won't be disappointed.
Hi, this is your girl Winnie.
And this is your girl Freddie.
From out of London.
And we fully endorse
SPRB Radio Podcast with 10 Star General
and Sharon Mango. Check them out.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Keisha Martin. Fully endorsing SPRB Radio Podcast with 10 Star General and Sharon Mango. You already know it's a whole entire vibe. And I mean say, everybody just rock and come in. Cause we are jamming at the housing scheme. Bring your queen and leave your machine. Cause up here good vibes from the scene. In rock steady, baby. Rock steady. Right over to SPRB Radio Podcast with 10 Star General and Sharon Mango. Keisha Martin says so. Fully endorsed.
This is Jojo Mack, and I always tune into the SBRB Radio Podcast with 10 Star General and Sharon Mango. If you love a good conversation, you should too. Check it out.
Greetings, one and all. This is Lloyd Brown giving full endorsement of Stuck in Emotion, right up Blend Radio. The station with integrity, the station with a difference. Remember me tell you, Lloyd Brown says so. Full endorsement. Stuck in Emotion, right up Blend Radio. We now stop till we drop. Saying, let.
Greetings, my peeps. This is the original Brown Sugar, aka Shezzy. Tune in to the live conversation show with 10 Star General and Sharon Mango.
The live conversation show.
This is The Buzz, your music news update for the latest on your favorite artists and more. Sponsored by JojoMacMusic.com. Hello everyone, I am Pistol and this is The Buzz. Peter Tosh's Live and Dangerous revisits the Billboard chart. Upon its release in 2001, Live and Dangerous Boston 1976 by Peter Tosh debuted and peaked at number 12 on the Billboard Reggae Albums chart. The concert, which was recorded live on November 26, 1976, at the end of Tosh's first American tour, concentrated on material from his Legalize It album. Live and Dangerous returns to the Billboard Reggae Albums chart, re-entering at number 4. The set benefited from the Record Store Day promotion, which saw vinyl albums being re-released at discounted prices. This is Tosh's 6th album to chart on the Billboard tally. The others are Scrolls of the Prophet, Best of Peter Tosh, number 4 in 2000. Super Hits, number 7 in 2002. Honorary Citizen, number 5 in 1997. Complete, captured live, peaked at number 2 in 2022. And live at the One Love Peace Concert, number 12 in 2000. Ghanaian Afrobeat dancehall artist Stonebwoy made headlines for statements made during his album release party recently, where he fired verbal shots including expletives at anyone who says they are the dancehall king. Dancehall lovers in Ghana believe that this was directed at fellow Ghanaian dancehall performer Shatta Wale, who is often regarded as the dancehall king in the African country. Much like the Beanie Man and Bounty Killer saga in the Jamaican dancehall sphere, Stonebwoy and Shatta Wale have had a rivalry since 2014 when Shatta Wale took home the Ghana Music Award for Artist of the Year with the help of his hit song Dancehall King. In 2019, the feud heightened when Stonebwoy was given the Vodafone Ghana Music Award for Dancehall Artist of the Year and Shatta Wale's crew rushed onto the stage. This year, the two will again go head-to-head as they are both nominated for the International Reggae and World Music Award, IRAMA, for Best African Dancehall Entertainer. Anyone who has played in the sound system arena knows of its competitive nature. Having been in the game for 45 years, Waggy T can attest to that. The South Florida legend was toast of an event at Backyard in Fort Lauderdale on April 29th. Artists, music industry players, Florida state and county administrators, and legislators packed the venue in tribute to his long career. Waggy T told reporters, quote, "Still playing after 45 years. It doesn't feel like it because I love playing music, seeing people dance and have fun. When I take them on a musical journey during my sets, taking them from 80s to 90s to the 2000s and beyond makes me feel good and appreciated by the audience, singing out the parts of the songs and vibing to my energy. That makes me full joy what I do." A quiet achiever of contemporary reggae, Norris Man recently copped an award for his debut album, which was released over 20 years ago. The veteran roots artist was presented with a plaque marking over 1 million streams on Spotify for Persistence, released in 2000. In an interview with the Jamaica Observer, the Sweden-based singer said the figures are proof of the album's endurance and quality. The song was produced by Colin Ilie Dread Levi for King of Kings Productions. Released in 1997, it was Norris Man's breakout hit and set the tone for his album of the same name. It featured members of the Firehouse crew as well as bassist Flabba Holt, drummer Kirk Bennett, guitarist Lloyd Willis, and saxophonist Dean Fraser. Copeland Forbes, the former manager of reggae legend Peter Tosh, has rubbished long-standing claims that Island Records founder Chris Blackwell destroyed the Wailers group and has instead pinpointed Bunny Wailer as the man who caused the band's breakup. During a recent interview to promote his book Reggae My Life Is, Forbes was asked about a section in which he stated that while Bunny fancied himself as the intellectual center of the group, Peter, in his estimation and that of many others, was the most erudite, while Bob Marley was the smartest of them all. Yeah, I will forever stick by that, because the breakup was initiated by Bunny in 1973 after the first Catch a Fire tour, because he didn't understand a lot of things like tour support. Forbes told broadcaster Richie B. I am Pistol, and that, my friend, was The Buzz. That was The Buzz, your music news update for the latest of your favorite artists and more. Sponsored by JojoMacMusic.com.
Now here's a song from our sponsor, Jojo Mac.
I hear you talking about me. The Live Conversation Show. But I'm letting music. You shouldn't have tried to play me. You're the one who's crazy. If you think you're gonna take my body, do what you want to do to me, and sideways me. What you talking about? One night stand. You told me you were my man. Yeah, you told me about a little woman, but you said it was over and done. Now you're talking that crap, but you weren't saying that. When on my body around, I'm telling you, baby, don't stop, don't stop. No, I'm not crazy, but you try to play me. No, I'm not crazy, but you acted shady. I'm not the one, don't get it twisted. You ain't gonna use me, then dismiss me. You pick the wrong one, cause I'm insisting. You'll remember me as long as you're living. You should be careful who you talk to, then you wouldn't have to worry who'll stalk you. How dare you call me crazy, when all you used to call me was baby. Oh boy, oh boy. You try to play me. No, I'm not crazy, but you acted real shady. Boy, I believed you when you told me you want me in your life. Boy, I believed you when you told me you love me for life. Yes, I believed you when you said we'd never be apart. Yes, I believed you when you said you wouldn't break my heart. Oh boy. Boy. crazy. Anybody would agree that I'm not crazy. Anybody would agree you're the one who's crazy. Anybody would agree that I'm not crazy.
Greetings, one and all. This is Lloyd Browne, and you're in tune to SPRB Radio, the station with integrity. Remember me tell you, Lloyd Browne giving full endorsement to the team. See? So SPRB Radio, I beg you, kick it to it. Let it go.
The Live Conversation Show.
I know you won't believe me. Can I say nothing's changed now? Now. So we were talking on the phone the other day. Now. And I know you were surprised with the responses you get from me. I know you won't believe me. Can I say nothing's changed now? Now. So we were talking on the phone the other day. Now. And I know you were surprised with the responses you get from me. Thought everything would be over and done already by now. But surprise, baby, I still love the glow in your eyes. Baby, I know the time we were blessed with was rough. Ooh, yeah, baby, I know the distance between us still couldn't get enough. But I still got it for you. Nothing's changed, my heart's beating for you. Still got it for you, baby.
Greetings, one and all. This is Lloyd Browne, and you're in tune to SPRB Radio, the station with integrity. Remember me tell you, Lloyd Browne giving full endorsement to the team. See? So SPRB Radio, I beg you, keep it. Let's go.
As they say, that was a false start, and in comes the original start. You are welcome to the Live Conversation Show with the crooner, the veteran crooner. Yeah, I call him a crooner. He's one of the greatest crooners in our industry. I know you're not tech, but not yet. 10-star says so. And I'm sure Miss Mango says so too.
Oh, baby, can't believe the things we're going through just because of you. Oh, baby, now is it really over? Woo! Between me and you, our lady, now is it really over?
The Live Conversation Show.
Ah, yeah. Now, once again, our love stories come to an end. Our baby. And once again.
If you were ever wondering why I call him a crooner, take a listen to this. There's a whole heap of them, you know. This is not just an isolated tune. There's a whole heap of them. But just take a listen to this one more time.
Oh, baby, can't believe the things we're going through just because of you. Oh, baby, now it's really over between me and you. Our lady, now is it really over between me and you? Ah, yeah. Now once again, a love story's come to an end. Ah, baby. And once again, there's a broken heart that needs to mend. Hey, what did I do this time? You always came first, never left you behind. No, 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 no. Now I'm ashamed to face our family and friends, cause the love we had should never end. No, 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 no. Cause this love is over.
Greetings, Mackies. This is the original Brown Sugar, aka Shaggy. Tune in to the live conversation show with 10-Star General and Sharon Mango.
Yes, we are finally here, the 6th of May, where Errol Bonnick graces our show with his presence and his musical history and journey. It's an absolute pleasure. I salute you, sir.
Yes, sir. My respect and honor. It's a pleasure to be here. Yes,
we finally meet again, but on camera this time.
True, man. That's for sure you how far where I come from. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, blessed love and thanks for having me. Big up yourself, Empress Sharon. Yeah, man.
Go ahead, Sharon. Introduce yourself.
Yes, this is Errol Bonnick out of Kingston, Jamaica. Yes, reggae artist, you know. Yeah, man.
All right. Before we get into your conversation, I'm going to let the beautiful Sharon Mango up there in New Jersey to introduce herself and do her thing.
Yeah.
You have to unmute, Sharon, though. You have to unmute. You have to unmute.
Listen, I was trying not to let the baby make a bunch of noise. Greetings and blessings. Thank you so much, Mr. Bonnick, for being here. My name is Sharon Mango, representing Royal Blend Productions. If you know about it, ask me about it. And SPRB Radio. I am the original Sharon Mango, just so you know. I really name that original Sharon Mango.
Yeah,
and we welcome you and honor you today, my friend.
Blessed. Blessed love. Blessed love.
Yes, Errol. So we're going to get into your history now. We're going to take you down memory lane. We're going to take you as far back as you can remember. Maybe back to the time when you were in shorts. I'm wearing plimsolls and everything there. Way back when. Sorry?
Plimsolls.
Plimsolls. Remember plimsolls?
I can't even believe you said that. That's funny.
Oh boy. But yeah, take us back down memory lane, Errol. Take us back to where you were born, what the atmosphere was like, family life, as much as you want to tell us about family life and how music became part of the household or part of your life in particular. Because I know you have a super duper brother, you know, who was in the industry, so you can't let him out.
Yeah, man, and he's still there, you know.
See it there?
So, yeah, man, so, you know, born and bred in Kingston, Jamaica. You know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm from a rich musical, you know, heritage and lineage, you know, starting with my mom and her siblings, you know, them are the singers and the musicians, you know. My mom was choir mistress for her church, and that's where all our vocal abilities came from, you know what I mean? My uncles were musicians and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, to my knowledge, it's my brother, Trevor Bonnick, who, you know, take this musical, what I say now, gift, you know, on a professional level, you know. My brother established himself from early out in the 80s, You know what I mean? From Blood Fire Posse days. Who remember Blood Fire? Get flat, every posse get flat.
I just posted that.
Yes,
yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Big good at that. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, that was my motivation and inspiration first. And I'm happy that I got my own natural calling from a tender age, you know, in my teenage years.
Yeah.
You know, going to school and teach us a career day and what do you want to become, Errol? You know what I mean? And I didn't tell them say I want to be a musician. I told them I wanted to be a soldier.
Oh.
Yeah, man. And
okay.
And the teacher said, "You want to be a soldier?" Because it was a teacher who coming from, I think, yeah, he come from America. You know, student exchange thing. I go on, and,
yes.
You know what I mean? And this
yes.
teacher approached me and said, "You want to be a soldier?" And say, "Yeah." Him say, "All right, go home, go watch the news, and come back and tell me. Watch your local news and watch your international news, and come back and tell me if you want to still be a soldier." So I go home and watch news and watch local news and watch international news and me still never overs when want me for learn, you know what I mean? So I come back the next morning and I say, watch the news, but I don't know where you want me learn, cause you know, there was good news, there was bad news, but it's just news. You know what I mean? So so him just pick off a light in my head now and say, all them injustices that is going on and wars and all these things at the time is created by man. So if you're gonna be a soldier, fight for equal rights and justice for all people. You know what I mean? And it just go off in my head like that. You know what I mean? And so
that was a good one. I like that. Yeah. Yes.
And so, you know, cause that teacher was kind of a roots man to, you know, on our levels, you know what I mean? So that was another spark that helped me to go in the direction of music, because I knew that music was and might still be the only power that can, you know, grasp the attention of the masses worldwide, you know, to 100%. Get together as one. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Music surpass languages and cultures and all these things. People from all walks of life get together under one umbrella just for all our vibes musically. You know what I mean? And so, you know, like I said, that was my spark, and you know, I started to, you know, pursue and align myself where you know, I need to pursue my musical career, which brought me back now to my home in, you know, community back in Kingston, Whitehall to be exact. Community of Whitehall. So anybody will come from Whitehall, big up on yourself. Whitehall, Constant Spring, Barbican, Reddills Road, the whole of Kingston, you know, Waterhouse, Waltham, Trenchtown, come go Trenchtown Comprehensive High School too. You know what I mean? So, yeah, so we are roots, man. We are ghetto youth. You know what I mean? In the ghetto, but not off the ghetto. Yeah. Yeah, royally. Right. You know, to big up all ghetto children, all ghetto king and queen and prince and princesses. You know what I mean? Rise. Yeah, man. Yeah, so in my community now, a couple what I say now, a couple streets away. I used to hear some live music play, and one time it really sounded like some people are playing some live music. So I follow the sound. When I follow the sound, I find the yard where the music I play. And when I knock the gate, some youth like myself, I play the music. Some youth like myself come out and I say, I want to play the music inside here, live music. And them say, yeah, we are rehearse. And man, them say, you want to come in? I say, yeah, man. I'm going to go with some brethren too, because the objective was to learn how to play an instrument. You know what I mean? We don't want to learn to play an instrument too, because we love it like that. You know what I mean? And so when we go in now, I say, oh, would I love to learn how to play the music just like you know, kind of a thing. You know, cause you just say no, you know, we come from the ghetto and couple streets away, is where some kids are more well off, you'd have said. You know what I mean? Where their parents are able to afford to buy instruments so they can, you know, play music or practice to play music, you know, kind of a thing. So and I was happy that they were, you know, loving and receptive enough to welcome us into their household. You know what I mean? That we can, you know, go in at them little corner and see how them set up them music and how them learn to play it and thing. No, the brethren them when me go with.
How old were you? How old were you then? What age was it?
I was about 16, 17 at that stage. And
okay.
You know, we're hungry feet, man. You know what I mean? Well, me did hungry feet. Cause when the brethren them when me go with now, when they realized that, you know, it's gonna take a life commitment. Them run.
Right. Okay.
Them say, oh, this too hard. We did just want to sing on DJ, but the singing on DJ are gonna come after because the youth them was insistent on us to learn how to play an instrument. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so yeah, and so cause them couldn't sing on DJ so much so good neither. So, you know, it's like the brethren them I say, better wanna learn to play an instrument, man. You know what I mean? Kind of a thing. And so, you know, them run because they didn't realize it was so much work you had to put in and stuff like that.
Right.
I mean, ultimately now, while practicing, I hear them playing a song, song name, I Wanna Rock With You, Baby, All Night Long. You know what I mean? Yeah. So when I play that song now, they didn't have a singer. And I started singing that song. And they were like, wow, Errol, they can't sing, man. Come sing that song, yeah. You know what I mean? Them say, you know the words? They say, yeah, I know the words. Them say, come sing it. So I start singing it, not knowing that as a group, they were looking for a singer. Wow. So when I sing the song now, them say to me, Errol, you want look for a singer and you want come sing with me and thing? I say, yeah, man. So right away, I was, you know, inducted into being their lead vocals.
Right.
We are talking about people like DJ Red Rat was one of the members. He was the DJ. I was the singer. Red Rat Brother was the drummer.
Right.
Producer Shams, that was the bass player.
Shams.
You know, Richard Browne. We are talking about Robert Browne, who people know as Dubwise, playing for all over the world with Shaggy, Morgan Heritage, all these people. You know what I mean? These are the youths that I grew up with. You know what I mean? And stuff. And we have two bad keyboard player at the time. You know what I mean? Brethren Dale and another brethren named named Solomon at the time. I think he named Solomon now, but he had another name where he changed his name after time, you know, and stuff.
Right.
But ultimately, we established that little group. So the guys were so excited now. So them tell them father now, say, them find a singer for the crew. And the father said, no, you guys are not ready for a singer yet. You need to concentrate on your music, master your music playing, and then I will find the singer for the crew. Right. So you have to tell that singer that it's not going to happen. So the man then break the news to me. And I was so disappointed and downhearted and everything and stuff. So for some months I didn't go back to to the brethren them, amongst the brethren them, because I was so hurt, you know what I mean, and thing. But look how destiny worked now. Check this out. So I told my brother that I wanted to learn how to play the bass guitar. And my brother brought me to the same man who is the father for
Get out.
Yes.
Imagine.
Same man.
Wow.
And check this out now. So when I go amongst the man was an elder Rasta man and was a serious, was and still is a serious man, because when him look at you, you know, it's like him a look in your whole existence, your whole soul, you know, because I start feeling uncomfortable when the bridge.
So your DNA to rotted.
Yeah, man. It's like the man I look for me like him and say, if you're serious, you know, you can come in, you know. But if you're not serious, don't start. Don't waste my time. You know what I mean? And, you know, I just brave up myself and say, yeah, man, I'm serious, elder. Him say, all right, come. And the man bring me in the room, in a little rehearsal room there. And I show me some exercises and thing, and me I go and do it and thing. And one Saturday, him tell me to come and see him and, you know, come get in my practices and thing.
Yeah.
So ultimately, now, me I come to boom now and me I sing and, him lock me up in the room, so me I practice. And him say, don't stop, you know. Or when your finger tear off, you know, don't stop. Because him give me the original bass them to play, you know. So you know the original bass them, you steel strings and you have to press it hard, you know, to make the sound come out, you know, man. And me I tell you, me I do it, and then my finger them start get blistered. Boom, now, me stop, and I started singing. And him come in when him hear the bass stop playing, and him come in, and when him come in, him come hear me I sing. And me sing out a whole song. A Luther Vandross song when he Since I Fell for You. You made me leave my happy home. You took my love and now you're gone. Since I fell for you. I'm sing out that whole song, brother. And the man, when the man hear me, the man say, Errol, he's a singer. Man say he's a singer, man. So what you really want to do? You want to learn to play the bass or you want to sing? You want, I say, well, we're a singer first, but I really would have loved, you know, I try to learn the bass to see if, you know, to balance up the thing. And him say, all right, come here. And the man bring me out in the living room and call the rest of the family, which were all women in the house now. Wife, him sister-in-law, him mother, niece them. Bring everybody come out and say, do that again, Errol.
Stop.
Do it again.
Up on the spot right away, man. You know what I mean? I sing the same song.
Yeah.
The ladies were like, you know, they were in awe. Wow. And him said to me, you see that? He's a singer. See? So him say, all right, come check me tomorrow, I could talk.
Yeah.
So when I return the next day now, guess who me see I come through the gate now? You them when me and them start out now.
Wow.
So when you them come through the gate now and you them say,
waiting for that.
Yeah, what go on radio, sir? And me I say, me I learn to play bass amongst the elder, you know, and thing. And same time the elder come out. Me and Glen Browne, by the way. See? Glen Browne, big brother for the
Glen Browne.
Yeah, man, the family of producers back home, you know. We are talking about Danny Browne, dancehall producer, Cleveland Browne.
Wait, didn't they have that record label, that dancehall record label with Red Rat, Hawkeye and them and there?
Yeah, man. Main Street Crew.
Main Street Crew, that's it.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Danny Browne at the head of that, you know.
Right.
He's a Christian now, so Main Street is now under a Christian umbrella, you know.
Right.
But Glen Browne is a master musician and producer, which is the big brother for the Browne family. Yes. Yeah. And so Glen come out now when him you know him hear me with come through the gate and we attack and thing and him say, when him see me and the youth them attack, him say, you don't know him? And the youth them say, yeah, daddy, I just sing this over there tell you about, you know. And the man start laughing and say, Rastafari.
The one he turned away, not true.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
The one he turned away.
Full circle.
That's a story. I love it.
If I didn't know about destiny before, that was my, you know, my conviction and my experience with this destiny. You know what I mean? That I was destined to be, you know, lead vocals for this group and start out my musical career with this group. You know what I mean? And that was my first taste of getting into the studio, making music from start and completing it, knowing what it's supposed to sound like, what it's supposed to feel like, you know, and my experiences with learning how to write a song and all these things. You know what I mean? Working together as a group, you know, as opposed to an artist who just write a song and going to the studio and sing on a rhythm. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So I'm grateful for my experiences. My first group, which is K.R.U. That's K.R.U.
Oh, K.R.U. Right.
Yeah, man. Abbreviation.
Didn't they release some music on the circuit back in the day?
To my knowledge, unfortunately, if anything out there, it might be one, you know, one song or two at most.
Because I remember buying some records from them.
Yeah. Well, Glen's label is now called it's called Island Treasures. Yes.
Okay.
And on the Island Treasures, there are various artists on the Island Treasures production.
Right.
And so you might be able to find a couple tracks from K.R.U. at the time. Well, unfortunately, Glen didn't have the money, you know, to break out the works. You know what I mean? Because there were so much great works, but the money to do the promotions and stuff like that, Glen never have that kind of a money to do the kind of promotion that was needed, you know, at the time to boost popularity. You know, kind of a thing. And so unfortunately, we as a group, we didn't break the way we should have, you know. But at the same time, over time, like I said, we got our foot in the thing to set the foundation. You know what I mean? And it's on that foundation is which I start is where I'm standing on right now. You know what I mean? Because like I said, we learn the craft. You know what I mean? We learn the craft. We've been, you know, and you know, our fair share of stages as youths to groom ourselves and ready ourselves for the world. So that's why man like Red Rat Boss and I do him thing, you know what I mean? And Richard, you know, established as a producer and gone on the road with other artists and thing, you know, produce people like TOK and General Degree and, you know, Red Rat.
I hold those guys in high esteem, man. Those guys are the generals, the real generals.
And you know, like I said, Robert Dubwise now, everybody want to work with him. You know, he's Shaggy's personal guitarist, and he's worked with, you know, from Monty Alexander, you know, the great reggae instrumentalist, you know, jazz artist, you know, Jimmy Cliff. Modern Heritage, all the big name them. Robert worked with them, the Marleys, you know what I mean, kind of a thing. And so, you know, I was also headhunted to be lead vocals for another group, which they were coming from two different names. But when I became lead vocals for that group, we established the name Live Wyya.
Okay,
yes.
So you were there from the beginning of that conception, right?
Yeah, man. Me are the original.
Right.
So we have a declare that right here and now. So no
I'm
confusion
with you.
because
I'm with you.
they've been through other singers before, but they were under different names.
Right.
Under different names. They have other singers after I you know, moved on to my solo career. But I am the original lead vocals and face and sound of Live Wyya. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And so Live Wyya was established around in 2003. And we were backing band and show band for another 3-4 years consecutively. Yes. Which ultimately we ended up being, you know, poor support for the cool ruler Gregory Isaacs, God bless him soul, you know.
Okay.
It was all over the world, you know. We've been to Europe, all throughout America, all throughout the Caribbean, Hawaii, you know what I mean? Enough place, man. Enough place. So enough respect and honor to the cool ruler Gregory Isaac, who, you know, who is a spiritual father to I Man Same Speed, that has, you know, introduced me to the world at large. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. And you know, we give thanks for the group Live Wire CM Speed that has, you know, at the time we established a great thing because, like I said, you know, it was another level up for my career where
they were a great group. I mean, I got to know one of the members beside yourself.
Yes.
And at the time, he shared with me that he was suffering cancer because he was supposed to appear on my show. Now,
Yes.
I believe he passed away, right?
You know, to my knowledge, I'm not aware of that.
Yeah, there was
I heard that he had cancer at the time.
Yeah.
And so
I'm pretty sure I heard he passed away.
You see, the thing is, you know, sometimes we allow ego to get in the way, you know. You know what I mean? And ego is such a great damager that it tears people apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's one of the things that has separated, you know, me and Livewire at the time, because we couldn't see eye to eye on the way forward as it relates to the group's you know, welfare. You know what I mean? As when the group got its break and we're out and about. You know what I mean? Because one thing, you know, it's when a group is being formed together in its early stages, everything good because everybody hungry. You know what I mean? So everything all right, everybody under one umbrella, we cook out of one pot, and you know what I mean? We are brother and we are bridging. You know what I mean? Living for each other, living with each other, kind of a thing. You know? But when the bread when you start make a little money now, man start get some all different ideas, and it's not about the group no more, it's about an ulterior motive, you know? Yeah. Right. One man wants to say, yeah, him, and one man, just one man, you know what I mean? And you say, no, it can't be a one-man thing because it named group, you know? And if I should speak the truth, I just that man, you know what I mean? Because I was always about the group situation. Everything that I do it on behalf of the group, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, if I want wish to tell the truth, you know, I wasn't the band leader, but I was the one that was the engine behind the whole thing. Because I am the man that made the connections on behalf of the group. You know what I mean? We ended up having a man like Copeland Farbs being our manager. And if me tell you how Copeland Farbs became my manager, is a whole different ball game again. You know what I mean? We ended up within the time when we were the top backing band and show band, we also entered another competition called, actually two competitions. The first one was Irie FM Big Break. Yes?
Okay.
That was the first competition of Irie FM Big Break. Yes? Irie FM, the radio station. That was one of the first big competitions that they were looking for the next big reggae act, our group, coming out of Jamaica. And so Livewire won that. You know what I mean? Out of 12,000 people, they narrowed it down to 500 people, and then they narrowed it down to 12 people, and over 3 nights. See, you are going to be out of 12. You ended up being in the top 4. Then after the top 4, the final night, they're looking for the winner. Well, Livewire won that competition.
Yeah.
And we won that competition, and that propelled us to be on the Rebel Salutes for a couple of years, Sunfest, you know, East Fest, all of the big major show them in Jamaica. Livewire, you know, was on it. You know what I mean? And outside of that, we entered another competition called the Global Battle of the Bands. Now, Global Battle of the Bands is a European what would you say? European competition based in the UK. Yes, in London. See, so you have like about 28 bands all across the world. Yeah, that you compete against, but you have to win. You have to win in Jamaica first.
Okay.
So we competed against the 16 best bands in Jamaica. Yes. We competed against the 16 best band in Jamaica, and we become number 1. Yes. So we're being number 1 now. we automatically ended up in London competing against 28 bands across the world. Now it's a rock-oriented competition. So reggae stand alone. Yes, you know what I mean? Because they invited reggae in, but they didn't know the power that we were coming with. You know what I mean? Because at the time we were so hungry. You know what I mean? We were so hungry. We just knock out everything and just claims everything when we go through with us. You know, we have put on such a great show and such a great vibe. You know, we are the crowd's favorite. You know what I mean? Kind of a thing. And so when we on the night when we did the global battle of the bands, people start walking out and say, "Hey, we can leave now because we know who win this competition here." Because see, Jamaica and them mash it up again. You know what I mean? And at the time, we were representing for Jamaica. We were representing for the Caribbean. We were representing for the Rasta community because I and I wrote. You know what I mean? And we are representing for reggae. You know what I mean? Great responsibilities. You know what I mean? And so we didn't take that lightly. And we went out there royally, you know what I mean? Looking like kings and we play like kings. You know what I mean? Musically, royally, and all of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. And we do a local damage and the people them love it. But because it was a rock-oriented competition, them just place we in at the top 10 to not make it look too shabby. You know what I mean? Because the people them don't choose already and them choose the reggae. You know,
I'm with you.
but it's a rock-oriented competition, as they say. So them have to make rock stand up. You know what I mean? And so we were placed in the top 10. And shortly after that, we started to touring with Gregory Isaac, because at the time now I was already in dialogue with Mr. Copeland Forbes. I want to big up Copeland Forbes too and congratulate him on his reggae book. You know, reggae history and stuff like that. I think we were made mention in that book as well. So for those who want to go get a copy, I fully endorse it. You know what I mean? Or full endorse it. whether we were in it or not. You know what I mean? Because it's very informative. Yes, see it now. Yeah, we get my copy, you know.
Look at that. Yes.
Him don't know so we get my copy yet, you know, because I was waiting for him to come over here in California to meet up with him. You know what I mean? So he could sign the book and thing. You know what I mean? So if he might watch this now, he's gonna be surprised. You know what I mean? That I got my copy and I'm waiting for him. So big up Copeland Forbes and I want to thank him for his input in our musical journey and history, just the same. Because he like I said, after speaking with him, he was getting ready to bring Gregory back on a US tour. After over, I think, 20 years, I think, if I'm not lying. But because it was many years since Gregory Isaac wasn't touring the US. So it was time. It was time around now that he was coming back to getting on the road and stuff like that. So it was perfect timing for being under Copeland's umbrella as a group, as a band of brothers. You know what I mean, and putting together this tour with Gregory. Gregory needed a band, hence, we became tour support for Gregory. You know what I mean, and touring the world with him, and doing many great stages, man. You know what I mean? I mean, it's more than tongue could tell. You know what I mean? But the experience, man, is like, yeah, man, great. You know what I mean? Awesome. You know what I mean? So I'm thankful. So basically, after touring with Gregory and being lead vocals for Live Wyya, I stepped off because we couldn't see, like I said, we couldn't see the vision forward. You know what I mean? And I felt like things were going, sideways. So I stepped away and I hibernated a little bit, taking care of family because we did just get a youth too at the time, Yeah, man. So we try to do the little family thing and, get stabilized on our levels. And then I slowly went into the direction of picking up my solo career. you know. And so I did an album with UK-based producers called Stingray Records.
Okay.
Yeah, man, right there in a London, you know what I mean? So big up the whole Stingray family.
So before you get to Stingray,
yeah.
So let me try and find this out. What ultimately happened with you and Wyya?
Well, like I said, you know, because of the ego,
right,
of the hearts. You know what I mean?
So basically, ego destroyed the entire band.
Ego destroyed the whole thing, man, if I should tell the truth.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because we were all great musicians and we were all leaders in our own right. You know what I mean?
You
and
were.
So because of the lack of vision,
mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, if I, like I said, from a personal perspective,
yeah,
the lack of vision for the band.
Right.
You know what I mean? We couldn't see eye to eye on the way forward. So I said, I'm gonna step off because I cannot let this thing, you know, fall down or go sideways. I work too hard and I put in too much over the years. Remember now, I'm coming from another group already that didn't get the kind of break we were supposed to get. And we did so much great works. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I cannot afford for this thing to go down. You know what I mean? And tarnish, you know, what I've been building. You know what I mean? And again, I know what I put in the group to make it what it is. So it's like, you know, if I'm gonna put in more, it has to be a collective. You know, we have to see ourselves as a collective instead of a one-man idea or a one-man intention. You know, kind of a thing. And so we have to step off. You know, looking at all of that, like I said, we couldn't get to a conclusion, so I step off. You know what I mean? And with me stepping off, I didn't look back, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because it was such a bitter vibe, you know, when we're leaving, because, you know, man just, you know, start talk some things whenever needed to even be mentioned. You know what I mean? Which will not be mentioned here today either. You know what I mean? So it hurt my heart so much that me I say, yo, you know, it's like them not acknowledge my input. You know what I mean? And that it come down to. You know, them never acknowledge my input. And me I say, then if I never me do this or if I never me do that, then this couldn't happen. You know what I mean?
It started to come off like ungratefulness.
Yeah, man. Most naturally.
Okay.
And I was so hurt that I stepped away, and until this day, you know, I wish them well. I wish them all well. But, you know, me I do my thing and them I do for them thing.
Well, let me just say this, right? Because back then when Wyya emerged, I recognized them as a great band, because back then I was looking for great bands who were contributing to the industry.
Naturally.
But what I did, I got to know certain members from Wyya, and that's where I got to know one of them who was suffering cancer, because it was due to appear on my show. It never happened because it was in a very bad way, right?
Oh, wow.
Now, I remember back then, Wyya was one, Dubtonic Crew was another band.
Oh, yeah. Bridging them there.
Was the next one. Raging Fire was the next one.
Bridging them there too.
What?
You know what I mean?
What? I tell you. But
Wyya
was there with all the rest of them. So when you guys just couldn't, I was like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It was painful.
Yeah, man, because you see the thing is, people was even looking to us as the next, like, third world group, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
that was the kind of energy that we were, you know, coming with. You know what I mean? So, like I said, when I look at all of this, and I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? You because of the you know, you're not seeing the future or looking at what we have here. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. I'm like, it's gonna be destroyed, and I'm like, I'm not gonna stick around for the destruction of this.
That's sad.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
It's very sad.
Yeah, man. And so I definitely had to step away because, you know, like I said, I was disgruntled with the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to be honest, I never really get my chance to, you know, to express this, you know, this vibe here, you know, and I still don't want to go too deep, but you know, at the same time, you know, I just want people to know a little bit of what, you know, what it was and what transpired for the downfall. You know what I mean?
It is, yeah, but it is good that you're doing that. Sorry to interject, but it's just one of those situations where you have to talk up the things, them as them say. You have to talk it up. You don't have to rehash, but you have to talk up the things, them.
Yeah, God, I mean, on a level,
it makes you a real, listen, yeah, but it makes you a real person because you had to take a mental check and step back because it affected you that way. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the importance of that, the whole importance of me saying that is that you think people are not affected by words and situations, right? They feel like everybody's higher than that, but it affected you. And it's good that you can speak about that because as a musician, there are many, many like you who would never probably say anything but let it eat them up. But you've spoken about it vocally, right? You don't even have to go into depth. Like you said, you don't even have to, but you were hurt and you had to step back and take a mental check as, what am I doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You saw the bigger picture, as you keep saying, because I've been there, did that. I know what that's like when you got the vision. You'd be like, okay, if we stay on this trajectory, you know what I'm saying? We could be big, but there were so many cooks in the kitchen, right? Everybody wanted to be chief. Everybody wanted to be recognized in that whole crew when it's a collective. Right. That crew, that's a collective, man. And listen, I know about them dudes. I know about them days. It was, you guys were talented. You know what I'm saying? It was big, but it does happen. And as a man, I'm happy to hear you say you had to take a step back. In reality, you had to take a mental check because it affected you.
Right. And I mean, through the grapevines, I've heard, you know, that they in the past, I don't know if they're still doing it because members of the group was like, you know, trying to discredit me for, you know, for my contribution, you know what I mean? And speaking, you know, that, you know, Errol is hard to deal with, Errol is unmanageable. And, you know, all of the negative energy they kind of send, you know, my way, you know, which, like I said, when I do my interviews, I either choose not to speak of or mention, you know, that aspect or that part of the journey, or we just brush over it, you know, kind of a thing. But, you know, to avoid, like I said, going too in depth in that chapter of my life because it hurts so much, you know what I mean? And stuff. But every time I hear a song, you know, somebody would come back and tell me, oh, they didn't make any mention of you here, they didn't make any mention of you there, when they do their interviews and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Knowing that, you know, I was such a great contributor to the development of that group. You know what I mean? Kind of a thing. So, like I said, I chose to you know, avoid the conversation and hold it. You know what I mean? But people know people know throughout the industry, you know, what you know, what my contribution was to that group at that time, and still today my contribution stands because, you know, people remember them from my contribution. You know what I mean? Right. And so, you know, like I said, I wish them well. I have no, you know, at this point, at this stage in my life and career, I don't have no, you know, no negatives to direct in their direction, and I never did either. You know what I mean? Even when I was upset at the time and my head hot and I mean, I say, oh, them for do that, or oh, them for not mention me, even though I'm not there. You know what I mean? Kind of a thing. But, you know, me no hold on upon them thing. Me just keep it moving. Because it's more than one, it's more than one, you know, persons that has used my energy, you know, and my contribution to propel to the next level. When I thought that it would be a us thing, you know, people keep, you know, just burning me along the way. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, when I get to a certain age and stage of my life and career, I'm like, I am minimizing the amount of producers that I work with. I minimize the associations. You know what I mean? I choose who I work with, when I work, how I work, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It has to be almost like a God sent, man. You have to be like a God sent to get a Errol Bonnick for your rhythm or for your record. Because I'm not quick device. I'm not a yes man. Let me put that out there. I am not a yes man. I love the word no. Yeah, you get no first. Or you will get a yes. I tell you that right now. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So we're not frightened because Jah done show we all the way we could have get and can get and did get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we can hold firm now and say, yeah, man, we do that. And we do them great works out on the earth, and we rub shoulders with these greats and all these things. So, you know what I mean? We give thanks, and I'm humbled, you know, in this day and age to know that, you know, we do some great works out on the earth, and even though we have, you know, like them that say no Grammy and all, and some other awards to show, but we still, as a elder told me one time, Errol, don't make no music for the charts. Make music for the heart. Because who come and chart, you forget them tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
But when the music is made from the heart, from the spirit and the heart, then the music will live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you will live in the hearts of the people, the hearts and the minds and the spirit of the people, because you do some great works. And that just Jah works we are dealing with too. Because we not give no power to no Lucifer and all that. Sorry. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it make it harder for I and I too. As artists for, you know, for propel to certain heights. You know what I mean? But
I've been using that word quite a bit lately, Luciferian.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You know, war against Lucifer. I mean, it's a war against Lucifer, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, man. For real. So, like I said, you know, we are well strong because a whole heap of destruction out there right now. Whole heap of deceptions. Whole heap of, you know, distractions. You know, whole heap of easy man schism that is out there right now that can and is keeping our people, you know, apart. You know, keeping destroying our nations. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So it hurt the heart, and so you know.
I want to get more into that with you maybe a little bit later, but you know, I want us to come to when you left LiveWire, you're now rolling solo. So there's a hiatus period. You've got your son, you stepped away from LiveWire, you're now looking within yourself. Where are you from that point in? And then Sharon, you take it from there. So that's to you, Errol.
Okay. So, you know, like I said, I established this album with Stingray Records.
How then Comfy know your name in the first place? I know they're well established.
Okay, well, it's a mutual. It was a mutual link. Somebody that knew me and knew them. You know what I mean? And at the time, I was running in and out of the UK, and so they said to me, Errol, you should stop by when you're coming through UK. Stop by and link up Stingray people them and stuff like that. And I actually met one of the directors of Stingray, which is Dilly. So big up Dilly. Big up Dilly, big up Rayman, you know what I mean? Big up Morris Judah, the whole crew, you know what I mean? And thing. And I met with Dilly in Jamaica. And you know, we chat and we establish a vibe, you know what I mean? And he said, well, when you come in, let's start the ball. You know, let's start on the ball. And so I started half of that album at the time. I did half of it in the UK, and I did another half of it in Jamaica, where we put on background vocals and and dress it up for the completion of this album. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, again, this album has been out there for a little while now, but there's no resources to what would you say, boost the word, get the word out, get the vibe out and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And but we are press on because, like I said, this is what we do, this is what we are, this is who we are. You know what I mean? And music never stopped flowing out of my heart. You know what I mean? So when it come, we just pencil it, and if we can record the melodies and all these things and stuff like that. And when I'm given the opportunity to get into the studio, I call my aggregate of musicians to, put their little magic to it, and see what comes out. So with the fact that the work that Stingray and I did, it's out there now. It's available on iTunes. It's a 15-track album. It's an album that is called Crusade of a Life. It's a balanced album with lovers rock and roots reggae. You know what I mean? People love it all over the world, especially in the UK. Man, we come to the UK and people, just I soak it up like a sponge. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. Yeah, man. And some of the songs were also put on various artists' compilation. So you find that we get caught up in some little juggling with some other big names and stuff like that. But you know what I mean? Yeah, I just the nature of the game, or the business, as they would say, kind of a thing. But like I said,
but before you say anything more, I need to do this because we need to play at least 1 or 2 or 3 of your music, right? So who can truly understand your work. You know what I mean? So here's another ballad which I love. It's called Love Ballad, right?
All right.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. You know that one, right, Sharon?
Yes.
Right. Errol, tell me a little bit about that particular tune.
Love Ballad. Well, Love Ballad, that is some
before I play it.
These are songs that I grew up listening. So that's why you'll find that in Errol Bonnick, you'll find a melting pot of R&B and roots reggae music. You know what I mean? So these are songs that I grew up listening as a youth. And when as a man now, I am able to write, kind of listen them song there, with not only my ear, but my heart and my spirit. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, as a man, this is what I want for myself. You know what I mean? And this is what I want to see in my family. This is what I want to see in my community. This is what I want to see in the world. You know what I mean? Real and true love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Monks are king and him empress and vice versa. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, we just channel them energies and put some reggae to it, man. And this is what, came out. You know what I mean?
Sing a little piece before I play.
Loving you gave me something new that I never felt, never dream of. But something's changed, though it's not the feeling I had before. Oh, baby, what we have is much more than they can see. Yeah, man, this is Errol Bonnick, and you're listening to Love Ballad. Kick it off, 10-star General. Boom star.
I love it.
I tell you, I love that.
Can't get better than that. I've always loved that's a wicked. Just play it, please.
Listen, I'm going to play just a few bars, but bear with me a second as I get my little, what them call it, Bluetooth thing on. Every now and again it hack up, but I saw it go. But yes, here we go. This is Love Ballad. What you just heard, taking it from the top to the very last drop.
Yes,
thank you. Hi.
Oh.
He's playing it for himself. Come play it.
Okay. I keep forgetting to touch up on something.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You know. Here we go.
See, I have never been so much in love before, baby. What a difference a true love made in my life. Oh, baby, so nice, so right. Loving you gave me something new that I never felt.
The Live Conversation Show.
If you want to hear more, you need to go to iTunes. Right.
Oh my God, such a classic. One of my all-time favorites.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Give thanks.
You killed it. Just the velvet smooth. It's right on time. There's no words.
I saw you melting, Sharon. Go get some ice water.
Already.
Never see him tonight. Never see him in concert tonight. Never see Jeffrey Osborne tonight in concert.
Oh my God.
Jeffrey Osborne.
Are you performing also?
I wish. Yeah, man. Jeffrey Osborne.
Yeah, you kind of have that, Jets. Yeah, you kind of have that smoothness though. Jeffrey Osborne. Wow.
Jeffrey Osborne and the Whispers. Yeah, man. And another group called Confunction. Yeah.
Oh wow! Yes, I remember them.
Yeah, man. So this is my birth month, as a matter of fact. So this is a little gift, you know. A birth gift to myself. Yeah, man. Real.
Sharon, go in ahead.
Well, throughout all this music history you've been giving us, right? When did you gain the knowledge?
Knowledge.
You know, when did you when did you gain the knowledge of, you say you were writing music and doing that. When did you gain the knowledge about protecting your music? Like, when did that kick in for you?
Well,
Go ahead.
It grew together.
Go ahead.
It grew together because Glen, like I said, Glen was and is still to this day like a father, you know, or is a father, a spiritual father to me and anyone, any youth when come across, you know what I mean?
Right.
We get the first, with us, experience with him because he had his twin sons brought us as brethren to the table. So he ended up having not just a son, a twin son, but him get 6 more or 7 more. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so,
yeah. Love that. Mm-hmm.
And so he taught us, the business, to some extent, and taught us the importance of protecting, our work, and
right.
Yeah, man. So we learned that from early out, man, how to protect our work and hold it near and dear and guard it like a vanguard, because
right.
Yeah.
That is your penchant for it. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, man.
Because you listening to your journey, I'm like, when did you guys start to publish? Enter your music for publishing, contacting all these people, because you were young getting into the game. You know what I'm saying? And did you ever learn to play the bass or not?
No, because
you was the singer.
You know what I mean? the thought of playing the bass kind of was, you know, put aside. So now them call me the ear bass man, you know, coming.
The ear bass playing that, yes.
I hear the bass lines in my head, you know. I hear the bass lines in my head, but I can't play a note to save my life. But I know what I want to hear, I know what I want to feel, and sometimes, like I said, I sing the bass lines to my musicians and say, "Yo, put on a bass line here for me." You know what I mean? On the thing.
Yeah.
And it come out so, you know, awesome, you know, and stuff like that. You know. So we still give thanks. You know, I am, you know, I play all instruments up here. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And you know, there's a lot of musicians like that, you know, and there's really nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying you are going to do your due diligence and say, well, I want to play the bass because you like that. You like to hear that bass, right?
Yeah, man.
You're going to hear it, you're going to play, and they found out, no, man, you're a singer. We really want to. You want to sing.
And that was what was most important too, because I wholeheartedly wanted to be a singer, you know?
Yeah.
I wanted to sing. It's just that learning an instrument would have been, you know, my second, where I say no, option. You know, in case vocals didn't work out, or in case a producer would have said, "No man, you can't sing. Go and learn to play music or leave music business alone." You know, kind of a thing. But thanks be to Jah, you know, everyone that I've come across and that has heard my utterances is inspired, you know, and touched by, you know, by my work, my utterances as a vocalist. You know what I mean? And that was my intention too, because as a vocalist, I always pray about one thing, you know. Even if I'm not in your presence, you know, I love for my work to touch your heart and your spirit. You know what I mean? So I don't necessarily have to be in your presence, but when you hear my utterance and when you hear my song, it lifts you, you know, it elevates you, it motivates you, you know, it teaches you, you know what I mean? Kind of a thing. So when along the way, when I come across the elder now that says to me, don't make music for the charts, make music for the heart, then it solidifies my conviction as an artist, as a vocalist.
I love that.
I mean? Yeah, man.
That I think that's what makes you originally you. You're a unique individual.
Give thanks.
Aside from that, it's how you flow in your vocals. It is just a velvet smooth. It's I'm trying to find all the words for you, because you, like Ted said, he calls you crooner, but you
Luther Vandross, Jeffrey Osborne, Teddy Pendergrass.
Teddy Pendergrass, you know what I mean? Banjo, you are that dude, right? Jamaica has always embraced the R&B and the old time, you know what I'm saying? Groups like the Whispers, Temptations. You were all of that encompassed. You know what I'm saying? You have that voice that when you put that voice on a reggae track, them get stupid.
Yeah.
Because yours is just for real. They have always, you know that growing up in the house, right? Yes, I was born in London. I live here in the US, but I'm true to my roots, Jamaican, right?
Yeah.
But when you're growing up, you hear the kind of music my parents were. Them like the country and western, them like the this and that. You know, we grew up with that.
Yeah.
What resonated always was the blues and the R&B. It was the vocals, and you naturally encompass all of these things. Why? You are such a unique individual. It didn't work out with certain situations because you was always on a whole nother level that you didn't even know you were on. Because don't nobody wake up and have a voice like that. Yeah, can't make that up.
That's it.
You cannot make that shit up.
That's enough. You can't.
You can have people going, I said, oh, I could sound like you. Don't have to say I could sound like you. Just open up your mouth and I saw it come out. That's real right there. That is a blessing.
It's so A man called me up a while back, you know. A man called me up a while back and asked me, Errol, so your style, the way how you sing that and slur the word, yeah, how you do it?
Right.
Yeah.
You can't make that up. It's a natural ability.
Yeah, I tell you, if we even think about it and tell him, I don't know what to tell you because it's a gift, it's an appointment and a night. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
It is a gift.
And it don't sell a shop. It don't sell a shop. So
they cannot even teach you that. In vocal lessons, they can't teach you them runs.
No, not at all. Yeah. Because
so blessed is an understatement when it comes to you, because I said, I don't think you know what your purpose is. You went through all these situations for a reason because you're very unique individual. With vocals like that, they couldn't even tell you what your nationality was. It's American man that come from what part of America? No, it's a yardie, born and raised in Jamaica. They wouldn't even know. Like how he sing like that because it's a natural gift. They don't know. You're an instant crossover. It don't matter where you go. It don't matter what you have behind you. You're a crossover artist.
I take that blessing. I take it today. Right here. Yeah, man.
So you know what I'm saying, right? He is it doesn't matter what kind of music you've got behind him, right? You're instant crossover. Not everybody could do that.
And here's the beauty. When I watch your videos, I see people of all races getting what you're delivering to them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They get it. People are just out there to have a good time, regardless of race, whatever it is, you know, and that in itself is wonderful to see. You know what I mean?
It's a beautiful thing,
regardless of the message.
Unification. Yeah, right. It's a unification. So music is the universal language, right? When it's been delivered by individuals like yourself,
right,
it resonates even more.
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. And that's why I love what I do too, because even recently, you know, more than the norm now, like people are, you know, after my shows, people are waiting to speak to me, to tell me how my music touched them and my music saved them and my music is this to them and my music is that to them, and I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? So even if at any point I'm going through a low in my life or in my career, and I'm like, I'm gonna pack this up and be done with it. It's things like these that kind of like keep me going. You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, I even have kids that are coming up to me now. You know, this is why I even love. I don't do much family events. You know. But when I do it, I see kids leave them parents and find me and say, I love your music. And what your music is you know, it educates me. And when you say that right there, I like what you said right there, and you know, kind of a thing. And I'm like, oh my God, this is, you know, if only, you know, the brethren them and sister in them could know. Are they know? They do know. It's just that they choose to do, you know, other things and say other things. You know what I mean? But it's more important now to create positive vibe and positive energies and project that right now, because the world is in trouble. You know what I mean?
Precisely. So, which is why I said it is precise. Which is why I said what I said, because you're truly an original. You are one of a kind, right? And people are waiting to hear that kind of, that it still exists, put it that way.
Right.
That this type of talent still exists, no matter what's going on. You know what I mean? Yes. And you can get anybody you want. Just say what you have to say because you have that type of voice. And there is, again, I always say there's a collective. It's like a group of people coming together without even knowing who they are yet. Yeah, that will be able to deliver that message, because the message has to come back to positivity because of all the chaos going on, especially in lyrical content with certain artists, right?
Yeah, right.
I don't even have to call, you're big already. So if you know you're that big, be positive because they're going to follow what you're going to do, right? Because you can talk and say as much as you like, and you may not even be living that lifestyle, but somebody else is. You've just encouraged them and made them feel like, yeah, man, what me I do, you know? What me do, all right, because my man says so. That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Let's call it for what it is, right?
Yeah.
But when you, now it's people are being affected mentally, physically, things are happening. Music is the universal language that can pull the people back together, because you think about when you're growing up and you hear a song and you love this song because of the way that it made you feel at that time, or maybe you were sad, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The artist who was delivering that thing touched you in a way to say, boy, yeah, I really feel that. You are now that person. You now are one of those people that can do that to other people. So yes, it's very important. The world is more in trouble than we could possibly imagine. Reggae music is in trouble, but I'm not on that. Yeah, it's in trouble. Our own country of Jamaica, people are just dispensing with the positivity, good vibes, because Jamaica is such a God bless island. It really, really is. But whoever infiltrated and want to mess up the name to the point where people want to leave, or this is happening, or it's too much. And again, reggae music, Jamaican reggae music has always pulled this country together.
Yes.
When the festival songs, remember the days every year with the festival, the new festival songs will make you proud of where you come from.
Right.
I'm saying, where is that? It's tarnished by the atrocities of what these young people are being taught.
Right.
So you, again, Mr. Bonnick, are one of the people, you're one of the collectives that has to improve that, change that, and bring them back to what it is. You know what I'm saying? I see that.
Most of my ability, beloved. Trust me.
You can't do nothing less than that, because you are who you are, sir. You know what I mean? It's I have to always speak on the fact that there's so much things going on in Jamaica, and because I was there recently, and just like, but I just love it here. I love this island. I love where my parents come from. Right. And in your heart, you wish there was so much that you can do to elevate.
Right.
It's gonna take a village and an army to elevate.
Well, I don't know village now. I beg to differ. It's not no more village now. People power now, man. You know what I mean? People power. People have to get into the consciousness of, you know, preserving humanity. You know what I mean? Love God first. And in the grace and mercy of Jah. You know what I mean? And do what we are ordained to do, what we were created to do, to love, to be unified, and be one people under our Jah, whatever you perceive God to be.
Exactly.
I mean, because when I get up, this is one of the things I get up and I say, when I get up at daytime, I wonder why people can't just, you know, get on that meditation. We are one people. We come from different walks of life. Yes, we have different cultures and all these things, but we are one people. Blood runs through your veins just like mine. We have different skin color, but guess what? You know what I mean? We are people. From a humanitarian perspective, make we coexist. You know what I mean? You do your thing, I do my thing. Don't make your thing infringe on my thing. You know what I mean? Or don't make your life infringe on my life. Let's, you know what I mean? Kind of thing. Unify. You know what I mean? I can't you know, I mean, when I think about it, Rasta, I can't come to a conclusion why there are so much divisions and so much illusions and destructions out there. You know what I mean? That's why I make it a point of duty to make the kind of music that I'm making right now, because, you know, somebody have to black them sound and these things. You know what I mean? It's like we're back in the days of our forefathers and mothers where we have to fight we are fight from different levels now. You know, instead of fighting physical, it's a spiritual warfare because I'm in the spirit of the people them now. You know what I mean? One time a man used to push a man and a fight start. Now, them find a way if you just whisper in your ears and you're gone. It's like them throw a spell upon you. You know what I mean? And if you're not strong enough, you know what I mean? If you're not strong enough to know, say, yo, no war around here. You know what I mean? And I and I as black people must be unified and strengthened with one another right now and starting at the household, family. You know what I mean? From family to community to country. You know what I mean? And it goes all across the board. You know, kind of a thing. Because if you check the other nationalities, them not go through any trial and tribulation like I and I. Because they are already, them get the memo. You know what I mean? They got the idea of the importance of unification amongst our people.
They understood the assignment. They understood the assignment.
As one would say, yes, quite so. So while we can get to assignment, get on the assignment right now. You know what I mean? How much more, as Marley said, how much more of our people have to die before we see what we're supposed to see. And know what we're supposed to know. Come on, my people. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of monetary gain has gotten in front of everything, because the more we see, you know, the millionaires living the lavish lifestyle, then all of a sudden there's a whole new generation of youths coming up who want it at the click of a finger. And then all of a sudden we're losing the essence of who we are as human beings. You know what I mean? The more you see it on TVs, the more we lose the message. You know what I mean? Because now the message starts to change in the music, like less and less, even though there are some who are putting the message in the music. We cannot lose that, the message in the music, because that's all we have to hold on to. I remember a time, especially back in the 70s and, you know, towards the late 70s, I used to look forward to listening to lyrical content to make me strong. During a time when I was going through so much as a kid, because I know my mind thought, I know what I was thinking when I was young, and I know the kind of music I was listening to that armed me with strength.
Exactly.
You know,
and I'm on the same meditation as you, because you know we were so poor, we couldn't get certain books for read to get the kind of knowledge and wisdom, you know, we were supposed to have. You know what I mean? Sometimes our parents, they were so, you know, caught up with, you know, providing for us that, you know, them stretched so thin that them can't even sit down and talk to we about, you know, life and the directions and motivations that we're supposed to have. You know what I mean? And in school we learn a little bit of that, you know, being, you know, about, you know, self-concept and progressiveness and all these things. But at the same time, music was the greatest teacher.
It was.
You know what I mean? Because I was listening to, me from a personal perspective, it's because I was listening to reggae music. We are talking about from Bob to Peter, Bonnie, Burning Spear, Third World, Gregory, all of them masters, all of them fathers, and even mothers too. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's balanced straight across the board. And like I said, that's where my motivation and inspiration come from. And having good upbringing too, from my parents and my siblings that are older than I am, that you know, instill that we were, you know, progressive people. You know what I mean? My father was never a man where talk much. But if him see you going the wrong way, he never say, hey, I don't like that. I don't like that. Don't do that. Do this. You know what I mean? And if he sees you doing the right thing, then he has nothing to say. You know what I mean? Because you're already doing what you're supposed to do. Both my parents are like that. You know what I mean? Once you're doing the right thing, they have nothing to say because you're already doing the right thing. Because they are a living example of being on the right path, doing the right thing, being at the right place at the right time, surrounding yourself with positive people and positive energy. You know what I mean? My siblings, them come the same way, and me watch them. You know what I mean? Coming from that road and from that stable, same thing. Some of us fall in line. You know what I mean? So I just believe it in, man. You know what I mean? And it starts right there in the home. You know, so if you're not check for, you know, a upful liberty, you know, and to do the right things and be in righteousness, then we got fall, man. You know what I mean? Because these things and these teachings, these philosophies, you know, keep me from that day until this day. That's why I thanks be to Jah, I am not carried away and I'm not frightened by nothing, because as a ghetto youth, we know what it is to feel like royalty, because we go up in the thing, up in the heights. If you want to say, we go amongst the royalties, them. Yeah, we've been there and done a whole lot of that, and it still not feel like nothing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Me have family who are millionaire, multi-millionaire, and billionaire, and every day them say, well, I'm come amongst me, no man, and way, boom, boom. I'm say, yeah, man, I'm soon forward. I'm not reach. You know, see it? Because it's not that we are, you know, we're not caught up into materialistic things. So if a material call me, if you come be a bubblehead bout, don't call me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're not under that we are dealing with. We are dealing with love and unity and harmony and progressiveness. You know what I mean? And stuff. And I live to see my family members pass away. And like the elders said, you can't bring your money with you. You know what I mean? You can't bring none of these material things that you've gained over the world if you're not living right.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're living right, yes or no, you can't take none of it with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you better do something right with the blessing that you have. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. And that's how we are trying to live. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we're far from being holy and righteous. But we know what it is to be on the right path. So we just are trying to do our little part.
Yeah,
man.
I love the fact that you know what you want and you're not settling for less.
Naturally.
You see, the energy and the mind thought that you have right now is what we need in the industry today, because, you know, many seem to be losing their morals for one reason or the other. Yeah,
definitely.
Strong soldiers who is going to be able to uphold, you know, a lot of the elders who were doing great works, who brought reggae to where it is today, to make it proud for even you yourself to be doing what you're doing today. They've all passed and they've now handed the torch over to you. Now, even though I feel personally, this is just a personal thing to me, I feel your name should be bigger in the industry than where it is right now. Yeah. And I don't feel you get the credit you deserve as a crooner in the industry. You know, a lot more should be done to push you to deliver and bring us to where we need to be, especially in the UK. Like, I was reading, and it's sad to learn that, and I was sharing this with Sharon just yesterday, that the mobiles have now cut reggae from, you know, the reggae category. And I feel they've replaced it now with Caribbean music, you know? So it's like they're trying to reduce the power of what we once had. Do you know?
Exactly.
What is your mind thought on all of that and you not getting the credit you deserve?
True. And yeah, I fall victim of that. And I know a whole heap of brethren, you know, that I could, you know, pinpoint right now that has fallen, you know, victim to that. But like I say, you know, it's a stone that the builder refused shall be the head cornerstone. You know what I mean? And I will hold on to that conviction wholeheartedly. Because we see it happening. You know what I mean? I am experiencing it. You know what I mean? And you know, as much as them think they are holding us out, we only get more powerful and more stronger as the day, you know, goes by. So it's just a matter of time. And as the elder said, it's not man time. It's not the time of man. It's Jah time, you know? So when we come, a lightning and thunder, man. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you know, I feel like you're going to be here. This is just me personally again. You're going to be around for a very long time. When many become insignificant, your name is still going to be riding high. And I share these same sentiments. And same way I feel about you, there's another brethren who I know, President Browne, was the same person. He is powerful.
Yes.
Musically.
Yeah, man.
And doesn't get the respect he deserves, just like yourself.
Yeah, man. It's a big brother I'm a respect to. We don't get to see him even at all. You know what I mean? As much as we should. You know what I mean? But great, man. Anytime we get the chance to, you know, get our vibes, you know, with the brethren, we give thanks, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Real.
Karen, let's round this thing up. I'm gonna.
Yeah, we could be doing this all day because it's. Talking to you. You know, I'm saying you're a very humble individual, and as much as you have not, as we do feel, you don't get the credit you deserve. When the time comes, just like you said, it's going to be thunder and lightning because it's going to strike.
When the right time comes.
Yeah, man. True.
Right?
True. Yeah.
When the time comes, we don't see it now, but you are humble enough to accept that fact that, okay, it's all right. I'm still here and I'm still going to do my thing, but it's coming.
Right.
I
thank you.
It is coming. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Like, there's a good few artists I've just fallen in love with since talking with them and seeing their journey and knowing on the mental where they are consciously. You know what I mean? And you were definitely one of those people. You're just that guy, as they would say. Yeah, he's just that guy. You know what I'm saying? You can't make it up.
Yeah. Well, give thanks because sometimes sometimes we really want to pack it up because I get so much testing, you know what I mean?
Don't entertain that mindful. I would jump on the plane and come get you, you know.
Yes, come get you. Wait, where same is? Where are you, California? Where are you?
Yeah, man, we got California.
Yeah, sometimes I have to be out there, so don't try it.
And Sharon Mango is a ninja. Right.
We'll find you.
Because I tell you, for my sake of the better to get you.
Yes. That is really, and that's why, you know, sometimes you'd be like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna do this interview. When you come onto SPRB radio, we're not the norm. We're very different, as you can tell.
Naturally.
It is totally different. We don't go by no scripts. Like what we ask him is all what we have to say to you. It's us delivering a message from the Most High, because sometimes we don't even know where the words come from, and I promise you that.
Naturally.
In all honesty, sometimes we do not know where the words is coming from because it is not written down anywhere. So we're delivering a message to you. We are honoring you as the individual that we recognize, and many others, that this man is not to be taken lightly, right? On our sleep on him as far as we are concerned. But whatever messages or whatever we say to you is from the heart, from the Most High. It's a message, because just like you said, you know, but boy, sometimes I feel like giving it up. I know what that feels like.
Yeah.
I know what that feels like until, okay, so you're doing your little interview. Your mindset is now different.
Yes.
Your mindset now is very different because you just talked about your life, the good, the bad, and the indifferent. But you're still here, right? Which means your work not done yet.
Right.
That is the message. You have enough to do.
Yeah.
So I say all of that to say it's been an honor and a pleasure, but we want to give anybody in the room who wanted to say, ask Errol.
Before you actually go there, let me just ask Errol. I mean, you've got an album out. You've done some singles. You're on a few version excursions and so forth. You know, what more can we expect from you? You know, in terms of musical productions.
Well, it's pretty much more of the same. It's just that things are going to be more controlled, whereas I am more involved in my career. So with that being said, yeah, you link up Errol Bonnick directly right now, you know what I mean, for bookings, for interviews, whatever, you know what I mean, whatever it is, link up Errol Bonnick directly. I've established a production team with my and management team as well. So we have contributors to the direction, the guidance and direction of Errol Bonnick's career. You know what I mean? And my production team, is an aggregate of musicians that are master musicians that I will call on time to time if I need to get out a certain expression out of my spirit, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So with that being said, we want to big up Team Errol Bonnick. We want to big up, all the contributors to Errol Bonnick's career. There's a Empress mother called Mama Daisy. We want to big up Mama Daisy. You know what I mean? We want to big up Empress Sharon Bentley Peck. I don't know if I said the last name proper, but I hope I'm doing that. So we want to big up Empress Sharon Peck for coordinating, you know what I mean, this vibe that we're holding right here. We want to give thanks for you, my brother, 10-Star General and Empress Sharon, and the SPRB Radio Podcast family for having Errol Bonnick, you know what I mean, all our viewers, you know what I mean, all of my fans from day one, all across the world, you know what I mean, enough love and thanks. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on, and it's like I said, I'm lost for words sometimes when I have to thank people, because there's so much people to thank, you know what I mean. But everybody know my heart, when it comes to, if you know Errol Bonnick directly like that, then you know Errol Bonnick is all about the loving thing there, you know what I mean, and the unified thing there. So all of my family, all I can say is my family. I told man abroad, big up on yourself, my immediate household, my loved one, you know what I mean. Yeah, even they're behind the camera right now as we speak. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Just continue to keep me in your prayers and send me some good vibration. So the powers that be and the gatekeepers that be will open the gates when Errol Bonnick come with more contribution. You know what I mean? I'm working on a brand new album as we speak.
You have a brand new album?
I'm working on a brand new album as we speak. But I'm not gonna say when it's gonna drop, because I don't know, because right now we're just in production mode and I'm just recording stuff and putting it in the vault, and stuff like that. Like I say, there's people that I am aspiring to work with, and thanks be to Jah, one and two of them is coming around now because them have the time, and them say, Errol, well, I've been busy, but we are free up now and thing, and we'll get together and stuff like that. So, and these are masters that I acknowledge and I respect, and and love their work, and I'd love for them to bless my work and stuff like that. So it's just a matter of time, I'm thankful for health and strength, so I have to really kind of stress out myself and say, oh, let's get this done because we're pressed for time, and and stuff like that. I'm trying to take every day one day at a time, and qualify. Put in some quality in the world. Like before, today would be no different. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, yeah, man, just continue to follow me on TikTok. So my name there, Errol Bonnick. Yeah, man, Errol Bonnick on TikTok, Errol Bonnick on Facebook, Errol Bonnick on Instagram, Errol Bonnick on what them call it now, Spotify. But them make a mistake and spell Errol Bonnick with 3 R's. So instead of 3 R's, they spell my name with 3 R's.
Right.
And so you will find some music there as well. Again, the album is out there. It's called Crusader for Life. It's a 15-track album for the whole family. You know what I mean? Even the baby can sing every song that's on there. You know what I mean? Because it's clean and upful like that. You know what I mean? And stuff.
Baby.
So
My little niece, yes, my little baby niece, she was loving it. She was, my little baby niece.
Yeah, man. So
and you don't know if Mama D was here, she'd be cheering you on right now.
Yeah, man, Mama D, like I said, that's the whole family, you know. I mean, my heart is full, my lord, because my parents are not here to see my growth and development, because I lost both parents over a 7-year span. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I mourn their loss every day. You know, sometimes it affects me more than the norm, but
it never really goes away, though, does it?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
You know, and I've lost siblings as well, and you know, it's just I just time, I just life and time, and you know, it's like this. You know what I mean? But I'm thankful. I have a wonderful, loving support system. You know, right now, and it's always been there. You know what I mean? I'm a family-oriented person, and you know, I try to keep it that way. And when I say family, it's not just blood relative. It's we talk about spiritual family too. We are sending good vibration, just like the item. You know what I mean? And give me a little more fuel to continue on my path. You know what I mean? So, like I said, all I'm asking is that people just, you know, tap into the Errol Bonnick vibration, and you know, share my music far and wide, love my music far, you know, all over the globe, and continue to send me some good vibration, so I will be fueled to continue.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Amen.
Yeah, man.
Love that.
Yeah, man.
Sharon, do your thing.
Okay, so we don't want to round up the show, but we're going to have to. But we always give the audience an opportunity to ask a question, one question to Errol, or, you know, tell them how you feel about, shut up, 10 stuff, how you feel about Mr. Bonnick and his positive vibes, because I'm very excited for him. I'm excited for you, sir. Very excited.
I give thanks.
Give thanks, and you know, I would love to work with you actually. When I hear unique vocals, I'm like, I think we have something over here at Royal Blend. I think he would like. So I'll be reaching out to you though.
Bless you, love. I look forward to it. I look forward to it.
You should, because you have to make me ready to put you on the map, make people know. Ready to stamp them up like Errol Bonnick there. So if there's anybody in the room, please, if you know who I'd like to hear from now, because I always call people out. So DJ Maestro, I'm not sure if you've heard this gentleman's vocals, but believe me when I tell you, you would be sipping in it on the Lovers Rock radio show. This man is he's a Luther, he's a Teddy, he's a, oh my God. DJ Maestro, we have to say 1 minute for
is he
I
there?
can't. Is he there?
Away from me. He did send a message.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, look, my sister Rankin Ann. Rankin Ann, would you like to say a word or two? I miss you, Rankin Ann. No? Nobody's not. Is she there? Hello?
What, I'm the shy?
Maybe.
Shy. If there's anybody, well, we know Sharon got a lot to say. Sharon, tell the man how you feel about him. Sharon Bentley.
All right. No one there.
Everybody, Sharon.
Hello, Rita. Listen, I'm not sure. A couple fritters for me need. No, me tie up in the kitchen. Yeah, do some. I've been listening on and off, so I can't really. Yeah, greetings, Mr. Greetings.
Bless the Lord.
Mr. Bonnick.
I did get to see some clips of you, and I can see you are a wonderful performer. I love the spirit of your performance. You know.
Thank you.
It was the first time that I've actually come across you, so yeah, big up to SPRB Radio for doing that, you know, because I can see that you've got so much spirit and fire in you, you know. So I'm sorry I didn't get to hear everything you were saying, but I will definitely watch back on the video. But I didn't want to just leave you hanging because we're not shy, just that we kind of.
I have to wonder sometimes because even though I'm a lion, I'm a comely lion, you know what I mean? We just real, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, we just real and we sit through the little follies more while. So when the follies come, have an eye, we just tell them, don't come over here. Go one side with that, you know what I mean? So we just keep it real because we've been there and done that. We come around, you know, we know who is angels and we know who is devils. You know, when we see them, we can know them. By their fruits, you know, as the elders say, you know what I mean? That's why the youth they must listen to them elders, because the elders say by their fruits you shall know them, and them have to reveal themselves. So all you have to do is look, you know what I mean? And we develop that feeling too, that spiritual vibe, so we can feel, you know what I mean? Yeah. So we welcome everyone, you know what I mean? But come with love and come with respect, you know what I mean? Yeah.
But just one quick question, because as I said, I didn't get to hear everything you said, and I know that, you know, you're coming from a conscious perspective. Have you found that it's more difficult for you to get the kind of live performances and invited onto the kind of stages and platforms because you're not doing the kind of popular below the belt kind of lyrics, or do you get the kind of opportunities to get onto the bigger stages?
Yeah, every day we face these challenges because number one, I is the real roots, and I don't want to be, you know, or come across as egotistic or we have a chip on our shoulder or anything like that. But being a son of the rock of Jamaica, you know what I mean, and coming through the roots of reggae, we are the real roots, you know what I mean. So whether it be, you know, we in the top 10, we are top 10 artists or not. Sometimes, you know, being out in, especially I'm out in on the international grounds right now, and a lot of them are afraid to put a real roots artist, you know what I mean, on their stage because, you know, we are come with the power of Jah. We're not coming with folly. We're not coming with illusion. We're not trying to fit in. We're trying to tell them that if you're not living right, you better live right and live right now. You know what I mean? And so not everyone wants to hear that. Some people just want party and say, we could just live, man, and let loose and rare. No, it's not. No, it's not the time to let loose. Now is the time to gather, you know what I mean, and to be unified and put our resources together so we can survive as a people and as a nation. You know what I mean? As like we said, evidently, if you look out there, you will see that we are in trouble in this age and stage of our lives. You know what I mean? And so we put that in our music and we live that. You know what I mean? So we can be a living testimony because I don't lead from the back, I lead from the front. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm a living example and testimony of wanting to see better for myself, for the people, you know what I mean, all across the world, no matter what color, class, or creed. You know what I mean? So the powers that be don't want that. You know what I mean? So they're going to make it harder for artists like myself that is not going to sugarcoat all of the follies that are going on out here. They're going to speak against it. You know what I mean? Them don't want artists like myself. So we give thanks to the art for venues and promotions that welcome artists like myself, you know, that can, you know, come and bless the people just the same with a conscious vibration. You know what I mean? Because every day we talk about Bob Marley, and every day we talk about all them other fathers, Peter and all them other great people, but the children of Bob and Peter and Spear and all these people are here. And we want to, you know, give our perspective on things or to continue the legacy of righteousness through the music. You know what I mean? So that means if you just open the door, I make come in, man. Yeah. Are we ready?
Definitely. Yeah, keep doing that because I think, you know, music is powerful. And I think if you keep on that road of conscious music, it will penetrate eventually, but we just have to be consistent and keep going. So respect to you. and just keep going strong and grow stronger and stronger. So all the best.
Give thanks. Irie.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
That was a great question too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, Irie, DJ Maestro.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm listening. I'm listening to this reggae crooner, you know.
Yes.
What a man!
Yes.
Hey, what a man voice, sweetie, man.
Hey, man. What that message?
Why?
No. Blessings to you, my brother. Yes, I have got quite a few of your tunes. I have got quite a few of your tunes, and I've actually played them on my radio show. And my favorite at the moment is It Over?
Oh wow! Okay.
If anybody hasn't listened to that tune, go out and listen to that tune. I tell you, guaranteed. The man's voice is just so smooth.
Yeah.
It's so smooth. But yeah, blessings to you, my brother. Yes, you're as 10 Stars said, you're and Sharon said, you're excelling. We need to make sure the elevation is going upwards and because you're on a different level right now. So keep doing your thing, your positive vibrations. I love your interview. I know I've been in the background listening. So all I can say is salute you, my brother, and keep on doing your thing, Errol. And yes, we're going to play more of your tune per my show right now.
Give thanks, man.
Okay, take care. Blessings, everybody.
Thank you, Maestro. Thank you so much. Yes.
Bentley.
Yes, 10 Star. Yes, Errol, I hear it. Hey, we go back a long way, you know, so there's nothing that I can say apart from keep up the good work. Keep up the good work, my brother. Keep up the good work. And you don't know, Sharon, upon the other side, I push for you, you know? So don't worry yourself, my friend.
Yeah, mama. Blessed love, man. Give thanks.
Blessed love every time.
Yes.
Sharon?
Yes.
Link me after.
Oh, okay then.
I'm cooking. I'm doing something.
Right.
You guys don't want to see my hand. I'm cooking. All right. So stay blessed, Errol. Look more.
Well, love. We chat little more.
Every time, Maya. Every time. Bless it.
All right.
Errol Bonnick, what a show.
Bonnick.
What a way the people them love Errol Bonnick. I'm pretty sure if I had a couple of ladies who had to come up to your show, I'd have to put them in a straitjacket.
Yeah, I know a few of them too.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I've got a custom one made for Sharon Mango.
Oh my word.
And because your music is, there's no doubt about it. You know how to deliver a song that needs to be delivered. The emphasis, the emotion, and everything that needs to be portrayed in a song. Everything which we're losing within the industry that people are not really paying attention to. You know what I mean? There's a few of you left. You know what I mean? And there's a lot riding on your shoulders, especially. I don't know if you see that or feel that, but people like me and Sharon and everyone who is here today, we're placing a lot of emphasis on people like you to keep it going. There's a reason why I do what I do, why I get passionate about what I do. Sometimes I wonder if people are listening. Sometimes I want to jack it in. I say, you know what, I can't bother. And there's times where I try to do my part in keeping it alive. Ever important reason why. And I know that you're on that same wavelength.
Yes, sir.
But I just want to end by saying, do not ever entertain that thought of giving up. I don't know.
It's only for your DR2 at most, because we'll come forward on the third day and we'll say, we can't.
You have risen. Rise on the targets and no more of it.
Yeah, man.
Out of that head.
Yeah, and to be honest, a long time I don't feel that way there because I have an inner drive right now. And a inner self motivation. You know what I mean? That Jah put in my soul right now, where me just a press on, as they would say. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So and again, you know, you, my brother and sister, are and your organization are doing a phenomenal job. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
I mean, when I was tuned in earlier, and I hear that you even, you know, you have music news that even I don't hear that in the regular music news. So that is, you know, your program is very informative. You know what I mean? And most what would I say now? Relevant. You know what I mean? To the masses. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So keep up the great phenomenal works that you are doing. You know what I mean? And I thank you for your contribution too. You know what I mean?
You very much.
Yeah, man. Real.
Errol Bonnick, you have a wealth of music out there. I think the latest one that I bought of yours is The Crossing. Love the concept, everything is brilliant. But I'm going to end the show with the song that DJ Maestro mentioned. I think I may have played that at the beginning.
Yes.
But I'm going to play it again. All right?
Over, right? Yeah.
Is it over? All right?
Yes.
That's a song Maestro said he loved. So I'm going to end it with that.
All right.
Anything you want to say?
And I don't stick up in. I don't like the word ending. We have a seal. You know
seal?
What I mean? Yeah.
For real?
You know what I mean?
Seal.
Yeah, so we have to change our meditation. Do we all we talk to, you know? Yes, Rasta. You know what I mean? We don't have no last word neither. Because the word, when it go out there, it not drop, you know? You know what I mean? Yeah, man, the word go to the heavens, Rasta.
For real?
Yeah. So we have to live, you know what I mean? We have to transcend that vibration there and transcend
we will come again.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Again.
Yeah, man. And just more life, more love, more power, more glory, my family. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yes, John.
Thank you.
Give thanks, man.
Brother.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Every time.
I'm going to play this song just for a few. And once again, Errol Bonnick was our guest. Our guest tomorrow is going to be the legendary, iconic Bubblers from Rough Cut Band. All right, he's going to be our guest tomorrow. So we're going to end with this.
Hello?
Errol Bonnick.
We want to hear it too.
Oh my God, I keep forgetting about that. I get so carried away by the music.
You want to hear it too?
Yes, yes. I get want to hear it.
Bill's about to play it tonight, son.
Maybe I need a straight jacket.
You need a straight jacket for real. See? See there?
Errol Bonnick, the crew now.
Leave the things we're going through just because of you. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I hate to bring you over between me and you. Our lady. Woo! I hate to bring you over between me and you. I hate. Now once again, our love stories come to an end.
Wallpaper music.
That may I say.
Once again,
DJ Maestro was right because I heard it on the Drop Radio Show. It's a wicked tune. You might have to win and pull up with that one.
did I do this time? You always came first. Never left you behind. No. Now I'm ashamed to face our family and friends, cause the love we had should never end, no.
The Live Conversation Show.
Cause this love is over between me and you. So sad that it's over between me and you.
Yeah, that's all, folks. That's my line.
Never mind, babe. Let a star do this. That's fine. That's all, folks.
Can I go home now?
I'm 10-Star General from Stockhead Promotions, and I'm out of here. If you enjoy the content we provide on this YouTube channel, then why not help us by subscribing to SPRB Radio Podcast? Thank you in advance.